That's my job. Come on now. How you feeling, people? Have I livened up your morning yet? Are you ready for the one and only? Are you ready, people? Can I hear a hell yeah? Can I hear a heck yeah? Can I hear a oh yeah? Give it up from Appia. Please give it up for the one and only Jud Bowman.
There you go. I'll rock on. Here we go.
Give it up for Kid Beyond.
Yeah!
Woo!
Okay,
thanks everybody. Thanks for coming, thanks for listening. I've got about 10 slides. Just want to share a couple thoughts. First thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about the 800-pound gorilla in the room. I'm talking about Apple. I'm talking about Android market. Obviously, we've got a lot to be thankful for these guys. They've helped create the app market. But in a lot of ways, these guys aren't that different than the carrier walled gardens that we all dealt with 5-10 years ago. Apple, Android market, they're bringing the hammer down. The 30% tax, they're overreaching on the subscription models. They're trying to take the money from the developers. Yes, they're creating an ecosystem, but they're not letting the developers control their marketing, the pricing, the rules. They're gatekeepers. And then there's this little problem of discoverability. There's 332,000 apps now in the App Store. There's over 200,000 apps in Android market. You know, how many of you guys are lost in the App Store? One of the many logos that's up there on that chart. How do we help you find your app? It's like finding a needle in the haystack. There's too many apps, and these guys are the gatekeepers. And so what we want to talk about is that there are other options outside of the native app stores. And there's 3 things to think about why it makes sense to think about these guys. Reach, market fit, and marketing control. There's 700 carriers in the world. There's 50 handset makers. There's a dozen or more Chinese OEMs. There's half a dozen people out there building cool browsers. Guys like Opera, guys like Mozilla, guys like Bolt and Skyfire. Those 700 carriers, they reach 5.3 billion customers. Apple's only shipped 125 million iOS phones. These carriers have 5.3 billion people out there with a device in their pocket looking to download apps. Market fit, you've got to think local. Yeah, it'd be nice to be the #1 app on the charts for Apple or Android market, but if you're not that company, it's still pretty cool to be the #1 app in India, #1 app in any of the 200 countries around the world. The carriers are out there doing local things, they're segmenting customers, they're reaching people that Apple isn't. Pull up the Apple App Store in India, or in China, or in Turkey, or in Russia. It's the same app store that's here in the US. You've got to think local to be successful. Third point, marketing control. You need to have control over your apps, over your marketing spend. You need to be able to pay for downloads and get the results that you're looking for. And so with that, I want to say a couple of things about Appia, and then we'll turn it back over to Kid Beyond. Okay, 2 things that I want you guys to remember as you leave here. The first thing that we announced today, Appia powered 22 million downloads last month of March, 22 million downloads. We think that makes us the 5th or 6th largest app store in the world. Our point is that there's 700 carriers out there, but you don't have time to think about all those channels. Right now you're thinking about Apple, you're thinking about Android market. We're aggregating the traffic from all these other carrier stores and giving you one place to go to upload your app and get that distribution. 22 million downloads, 20 million customers a month, powering all these different app stores that are out there. We've been doing this for a long time. We're powering 40 app stores. We're already working with over 30,000 developers. They've come to dev.appia.com, uploaded their apps. 160,000 apps have been uploaded so far. And we're doing this for app stores all over the world. We're powering 40 app stores right now. These are just some of the app stores that we launched in the first quarter. Opera software, they're out here on the floor. Opera is the #1 browser for phones in the world. #1 for smartphones. 100 million people a month open an Opera browser on their device someplace in the world. On that homepage, when you open the browser, is the Opera mobile store powered by Appia. That's a huge amount of distribution for your apps. We also announced an app store for Telcel, which is the largest carrier in Mexico. 64 million subscribers. I used to sell Dell, UC Web, which is a huge browser in China. These are all app stores that Appia is powering. And this thing is global. Last month, March, 22 million downloads. These were in 225 countries around the world. India, US, Russia. We can get your app in front of this global base of users, a 200 million subscriber footprint for stores that we're powering right now. And the last point I want to leave, the second thing we announced today. So the first thing is we announced 22 million downloads a month. The second thing is we announced a pay per download ad platform today. We've been in private beta for the past couple of months working with a couple developers. They saw incredible results, driving downloads, and only paying for the downloads that we're driving for them. You can go to appia.com/ppd, register, and the way it works is when you buy an ad, it's like Google AdWords. You show up at the top 3 slots of the App Store for all 40 app stores that we're powering, from Opera to Telcel, the handset makers and carriers all over the world. You decide exactly what you pay per download. 5 cents, 10 cents, 50 cents. You can target by country. You can target by platform. So maybe you only want to reach the Android users in the US. Maybe you want to reach Java users in India. You can do that using Appia's platform and only pay for the downloads that we're driving for you. I'm Jud Bowman. I'm the CEO of Appia. You can reach me, Jud@appia.com. Stop by our booth on the floor. We're giving out $500 to anybody who stops by and wants to test out the pay-per-download ad system. Thank you guys for listening. I'm going to turn it back over to Kid Beyond.
Give it up for Jud Bowman.
Yeah!
Have a beautiful day, people. Enjoy your beatbox lunch.